me share my screen here. All right, so we're looking at this here.
How did you do that?
Well, it should be in your lower right-hand corner. So
Lower right-hand corner.
it should have a percentage. Can you see my?
Ah, yes,
Yeah.
that is what I was looking for earlier. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's worth the whole hour right there. Not all, I mean, I'm kidding. Seriously, sometimes it's the little tiny stuff.
It is, especially when you've been looking for something.
Yeah, and you're like, how did they do that?
Yes. I love this little feature. I'm going to take you all through a process to think more about the copy that you want to put in here before we actually put it in here. But I typically, when copy comes to me, it just comes from my brain straight to my fingers. And so normally I'll just work right in Canva and put the stuff on there. But Canva, you know, they have, I mean, as you can see, you highlight what you want, and the challenge that I run into, the preset that it's at, it makes it small like this. And I'm hard-headed, you know, I'll come in here and try to edit and it won't click. But the easy way to just get to everything, all right, now this is a much easier.
That's what I was trying to do.
Yeah. Yeah, so that will help you tremendously.
And how did you turn off the lines that were on the background of that top part?
You just click somewhere else.
No, that's not what I was asking. So my background for that part has the word Canva and lines in the background. Is that because I don't have a pro account?
Share your screen.
Sure.
Hold on. I think you should be able to, everybody should be able to share.
Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yeah. See right here?
Yeah. All right. So what that means is if you're not a premium member, then they're going to charge you for that graphic.
Ah, okay.
So we'll do, I'll show you how to switch that out. Hey, Lois.
No, wait a minute. Hi, can you hear me? I'm driving. I'm driving. Can you hear me, Angie?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, so let's just go ahead and get going for today. I've had a lot of ladies say they aren't able to jump on today. So we're going to go ahead, and you guys will get the recording of this if you're driving or if you're not in front of your computer. I have a couple of things. First of all, I want to make sure that everybody can get into some of these basic templates that that I've got for you. And so we'll take a look at those. And then the second thing that we're going to do is we're going to work on what you actually put in here. All right. I'll just start with I'll do 3 tips on Canva to help you. And then we're going to go right into the copy and talk about that. I always recommend that when you're just starting to do this and starting to learn this or whatever, you make sure that you have your copy first, you put it in, and you can always do the graphics later. You know, I mean, you can always change them around to make them look good and all of that. So let me expand here.
You're not sharing your screen.
Okay. Yes, that's because I made you a co-host and I didn't take back the info. Okay. All righty. Let me shrink this up a bit. So the value of having the Canva Premium, you don't ever have to worry about the graphics. You don't have to worry if they're premium graphics or if they're the freemium. But in this case, like you realized, Rachel, that there's a watermark on there, a Canva watermark. And so you'll want to find a graphic that is going to be, that can be a freemium. You can also get a lot of graphics off of Unsplash, royalty-free graphics from unsplash.com. And before I became a premium member of Canva, that's where I was going to get any kind of stock photos that I needed. So here's what we're going to do. I didn't add a template here, but I'm going to take this one out. So I'm just going to delete it. And you see that I do have like a plug. It's what they call frames. So basically I've got a frame back in here. You can plug any picture in that you want. So let's just look for some backgrounds. You can just come over here and plug anything in the back like that, right? You just slide it right over. There we go. I mean, you can change your look just in an instant. So of course, if you go with a lighter one, you're going to want to change the color of that font. If you want to go more.
Ooh.
Yep. So that, oops, go back. Yeah, see, that's how you can change the background. And if there are no watermarks there, then you know that that's a royalty free. Usually in your freemium account, it will tell you if something is a premium. It'll either tell you that it's free on the actual graphic or that it's a premium. But you can also take pictures that you upload. So like here's one that I uploaded. Let me get this off of here. Get off of there, please. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously not a fit, but I'm just to show you that you can just drop these right in. You could do something like that. This is cool. You just want to make sure your lettering isn't over all your face. All right, so that's one trick. And let me change this background. Let's see here. Just put it to this one right now. Okay, another way to spruce things up. So I have some just very basic fonts in here, but you can change up these fonts. Like if you wanted it fancy, you could just change out that font. You're going to have to shrink it up to make it fit. But that can just fancy things up a little bit for you. All right, let's see. What else what's another tip that I can give you? I will tell you, one of the things that I like to do is I like to duplicate pages. If I'm going to have same or similar information on it, I will duplicate this page like this so that I don't lose what I had. And then I'll edit the second one. So let's say that I decided that, I want a whole different look here. And, I want to change the background to see what it looks like. Then I've made that copy and I haven't lost the original that I had. So simple little trick.
Can you, where it says add page title, can you label your pages? Like if you can say like original or try free, Okay.
Original bio, yep. And then when you save it or you share it, that will You don't have to download all of these at once. One of the things that I find challenging with saving these is that, you can save all of them at once, but it puts it in a zip file. So if you put it in a zip file, then you have to go in and unzip it all. So I normally like to, if I say, right now I'm going to work with page 1, I usually just like to go to that page and download it, because I don't have time to unzip the files and let them all download. And then if I'm, for example, let's say that I decide I'm going to put this on my website or something, when you download things on your website, it doesn't like zip files. It just creates more work. So I always download these pages one at a time, unless you are creating a PDF. Let's say that your speaker bio is 2 or 3 pages. Then you can download it. Your PDF print is going to be a very big document. So if you're sending this out to a printer, you can do that. But actually the PDF standard, it's less in size, but it actually looks just as good. So that, that I have found. All right. So we're going to go ahead and go into speaker bio information. So you should have gotten, I just sent you a link. I'll share it again just in case you didn't get this. One moment, please. I'm going to share this in chat for you. Hey, Crystal. I see Jaslyn on as well. Hey. Okie dokie. All right, all right. By the way, everybody, Jaslyn she's a new member. She's a co-working member, and she is quite the artist, and she also is a tattooist. So her business is going to be here at the VIP Center. So if you are here hanging around, you will see her. All right. On this worksheet, by the way, I do have the template link so that you can always just jump back and forth between the template and this worksheet. So I just want to tell you that there are a bunch of different ways that you could do a speaker bio. We really are starting with some of the basics, okay? And this is just an easy way, like if you're speaking locally, or you could potentially use this for some speaker conferences. I would say that if you're going to go for a speaker conference, I might expand this a little bit with having, for example, 3 major topics that you can talk on, because conferences like to know that they can have a choice with you. But this is really designed to highlight one key speaking topic, but also saying, hey, I also speak on these, in these different areas. All right, so the first thing that we want to do is on this speaker bio, you're going to want to make sure that you copy and save this to your own computer, because you don't want to be typing in my original here. So you'll come over here to File, and you will make a copy of that. Click Make a Copy and save it to your own computer. Rename it, save it to your own computer. So you might say, crystals create your speaker bio. So let's go ahead and do that. And when you've done that, just let me know. Lois, I know that you can't do this because you just pulled up. Okay, Rachel's got hers. So for those of you who Those of you who are, okay, Tiffany, you've got yours. Crystal, I see you're on your phone. You can even, so the cool thing about this worksheet is it's a live document, but you can also use pen and paper. So we're not beyond that. You can just write down some things on pen and paper. All right. In this particular bio that we're creating, we want to have a summary biography. We want to have a highlighted speaking topic plus 3 key takeaways. We want to create, you know, for some of these templates, we have like a tagline, and this is really, this is something that needs to be sticky, like dessert, right? Or an appetizer. So I gave an example and I created one in one of the templates. Hey, financial coaching for couples who want to budget well and save their marriage, right? I mean, that's something that's going to stick with you and it's going to speak directly to your target audience. We want you to be able to list all the, you know, some other topics that you can speak on or areas of expertise. You'll want to capture, do you have a testimonial or, you know, some kind of feedback that you would be able to plug in there? Have you been featured in any blogs or spoken at any particular conferences? So all of those things are added pluses that, you know, where you can put credibility logos on there. It's not absolutely necessary at this point, but it does help. We want to make sure that you have your links to your social media and we want to have your contact info. So those are the basics that we want to put in this template. So right now we're going to work on your summary biography. And I'm going to give you an example of what that summary, well, let's just do this. All right, summary biography. I want you to, you know, if you were to tell somebody about you, you know, who you are, what you do, and what you're all about in a paragraph or less, what would you say? Let's take a moment and I want you to jot down what this summary biography might say about you. All right, we'll do that and then we'll take a look at it and I'll help you spruce it up a bit. Okay, so let's take about 2 or 3 minutes, or maybe, you know, maybe 3 to 4 minutes for you to jot that down. Okay, and if you want to share, you can, it would be great if you could post it in chat so that we can take a look at it. All right, let's see what we got here.
Hey, Angie, it's not letting me post in chat like I'm trying to. I'm not sure what I'm doing.
All right, let me check.
If I can share my screen, I have it pulled up. I'm not able to post it in chat for some reason, which is kind of weird to me.
See if you can do it now.
I'm trying, it's
I
not.
hear it. Okay, go ahead and let me stop sharing and you can go ahead and share and let's see what you got.
Okay, thank you very much. So this is from my speakers page I'm currently working on my website. And this is it. I don't know if you want me to read it or you just want to read it.
Yeah. So for your speaker sheet, we want to condense this to about a paragraph. It's got to be, so let's pick out things that really stand out. So Tiffany is a brand coach, business strategist, entrepreneur, and speaker who's passionate about helping women overcome brand uncertainty, ditch business overwhelm, and build their dream business. Okay, let's see here. Spoken at conferences, 10 years. Okay. Okay, so I like this down here. Tiffany brings a refreshing style to every event she speaks at. leaving her audience empowered and ready.
Okay.
So what I would say here is we want to be efficient with our words here. And so it could be, and if you're going for speaking engagements, we want them to know that you are a speaker first.
Okay.
That will be the first thing that they see. So I might say, Tiffany is a 10-year, I would say, well, Tiffany is an inspiring speaker of 10 years. So establishing that, hey, you've been doing this for a while. Who brings a refreshing style to every event she speaks at, comma, leaving her audience empowered and ready to make significant strides in their lives and careers. I would say that first, because
Okay.
you want to, when somebody is looking at you as a speaker, they want to know, can this person catch the audience attention? And so
Okay.
you want to address that question right up. So that would be the first thing, the first sentence that I would have. I would say, as an entrepreneur, let's see, I'm looking at some of your other words here. So give me just a second here. As an insightful entrepreneur and business strategist, Tiffany helps women overcome I would say business overwhelm and brand uncertainty. And the reason why I say change the order is because brand uncertainty, that kind of stumps you and makes you have to think a little bit, you know, what is that?
Okay.
So it might not be that clear to them, you know, brand uncertainty. So I might even, you know, I don't know, I might even think about saying, you know, ditch the business overwhelm and build brand confidence in their dream business. I think I might say something like that.
Okay.
I like the term brand confidence.
Yeah. Okay, so once you do that, we need to get to, hold on just a second, let me see something here. I think we go right down to, well, let me make this bigger.
Oh, did you say to make it bigger?
No, I was just saying that probably the next thing would be Tiffany is available for bookings for conference and virtual speaking opportunities. I would say conference and virtual speaking opportunities,
Okay.
as well as guest spots on podcasts.
Okay.
I wouldn't say marketed to women in business, you know, I would just say for business women.
Okay.
That shortens it up. Okay.
Thank you, Angie.
You are welcome.
I will stop sharing.
Okay. And I will start sharing now, and we'll take a look at some of the other things that folks have said. Okay. So we've got here, Let me plug this in for you into our summary biography. Rachel is an author, speaker, scriptwriter, and play consultant who works with Christian organizations to create inspirational live experiences. She's been in the theatrical field for 15 years, teaching others to bring out their deepest talents through writing, acting, and public speaking. Okay.
I just took it off my About Me section of my website, so.
Yeah. So if you're using this to gain a speaking engagement, I might say, Rachel is a creative arts speaker who teaches others to let's think about what you exactly teach them here. So,
Well, it's a little tricky because the pure speaking aspect doesn't actually talk about the workshops. So
mhm,
like from the page that I took it from, it's more of a workshops. So yeah, it needs to be revised. It's a lot about helping people to overcome fear,
mhm,
be able to do things that they couldn't normally do. So, and the biggest fear we have typically is the fear of public speaking, which is where I focus. So helping others just get out of their own way.
yeah. Overcome fear through writing, acting, and public speaking.
And I focus on that through drama skills, through
Mhm.
theater skills.
She helps she helps them
Rachel, I have a question.
Sure, Tiffany.
As far as the writing, acting, and the public speaking you help people with, is this so that they're like able to kind of tell people about themselves or?
Whatever it's helping people be able to actually stand in front of people and deliver anything. Like,
Okay.
hey, you've got to do a presentation, but you can't look anybody in the eye. That's a problem. You get up there and you're so quiet, nobody can hear you. So even if you have something really awesome to say, nobody's going to be paying attention. It's helping people overcome a lack of confidence in themselves to be able to communicate what they need to in any situation. Does that help?
It does, and I feel like that's kind of where you should go with what the problem that you solve for people. I figured it was something around either sharing their story or in this case,
mhm.
sharing anything. So I almost feel like that should kind of be embraced. Sorry, Angie, I'm not trying to like take over anything.
That's why it's a mastermind.
Mhm.
So yeah, I would say overcoming fear, embracing confidence. I
My
want to, yeah.
my thing is, I kind of feel like I'm a jack of all trade, sort of. So sometimes I feel like I'm riding 2 or 3 horses at one time and they all want to split. So it's like, all right, which horse am I riding right now?
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Yeah.
And how do you ride multiple horses and still be authentic with who you are?
There's still, so for your audience though, here's how, this is just the truth. They look at a jack of all trades as someone, who is not the master of any. So you learn just enough to be good, have some good aspects in each piece of it. So what we're doing here is we're shaping this all around the drama and theater piece. Because, and that's why I said creative arts, because that is, that's like a big bucket that you can put this into. She specializes in working with Christian organizations and helps them cultivate confidence and a positive self-image by using drama and theater to draw out the best in them. Also in and play consultant. Okay.
Can you put that into chat?
Yep.
Thank you. And do I mention anything about my length of experience?
How long have you been doing this?
Almost 20 years if I go back to my 20. Well, 15 is more accurate.
Okay. Me, 15-year expert. She specializes. All right. So notice, I mean, there's a method to the madness here. It's about being efficient with those words, plugging them in so that they're not drawn out, but they're just kind of drive-by facts. And that helps you to stay within your summary. Because honestly, I mean, people, they'll read the first paragraph. They may read the second paragraph, but they're really not going to read a lot beyond that if that first paragraph doesn't capture their attention. Okay, let's see. Anybody else have one that you want to post? If you do, go ahead and do that now and I can help you shape it up. And if not, we're going to go ahead and move on now to the highlighted speaking topic. Okay, so let's think about this in let's see here. Actually, let me go here. No, that's not it. Sorry, it was last week's. Or wait, it's in Canva. It's in Canva. So here's an example. Like, see how this is a tagline? It's just saving marriages through financial coaching and money education. It could be bringing out the real you through creative arts, drama, and theater. I like really sexy call out taglines. I mean, I really like for it to boom and pop. So, and I like for it to be clever. So it doesn't have to be that, but you want to grab them with this statement. You want to be super clear about it. So I want to give you a chance to think about what might, if you were to just summarize your tagline, what might be a tagline that you have that really describes what you're talking about, what the general, the general thought of what you're coming out of. And when you have that, you can pop that in chat. Transforming uncertainty and overwhelm into confidence and clarity. Tell me a little bit more about, so do you have what are some of the things that you teach women to do, Tiffany?
So I a lot of times teach women how to kind of identify what has them feeling overwhelmed and uncertain in their business,
Mhm.
and then kind of breaking through that. So I feel like what I wrote is way too long, but that's the basic gist of what I do. And it's what I want to be known for as a speaker, as well as a coach. That's kind of the wheelhouse I want to operate in. And I
Okay.
do struggle sometimes with how to make that more marketable.
Yeah. Okay, so
It's almost like I help women figure out what what they want and what they're actually really good at.
okay. All right, let me play here. Let's see. Uncover the culprit. So it's not that you're uncovering overwhelm. Overwhelm is a symptom.
Yes.
So
So they already know they're overwhelmed. I help them figure out why
mhm.
and then where to go from there.
Coaching women to uncover the culprit of overwhelm and how to move on to clarity and confidence. That's like that's a little bit too long. Uncover the culprit of overwhelm and move on to clarity and confidence. So this could be one.
Okay.
What are some of the results when you've coached women? What are some of the results that you've gotten with them?
It really varies, but it centralizes around they enjoy their business more than when we started working together. So I always kind of describe it as transforming their business into their dream business.
So transform, and it's a big word, and it's a word that is used quite a bit. And I want to see you stand out.
Okay.
You're a really good speaker, and you are. So when you talk to somebody and they're trying to get through their overwhelm, they're not going to be transform. For you that has value.
Mm-hmm.
For them, if you think about it, is their business might be a pain in the butt.
Right.
They can't handle all the chaos in it. So it might be love your business more with less overwhelm, or love your business love your business. And are all of these entrepreneurs? So are you focused on entrepreneurs or?
Yes, I'm focused on entrepreneurs, specifically women. What I'm playing around with right now is kickstarting your dream business, but I feel like that's not enough because I have my I only have that because I have my Kickstart quiz and I didn't know what to name it. So that's what I named it. So and then the other one is overcoming overwhelm and uncertainty. So like what I touched on at the VIP week.
Yeah. Here's a great one. Teaching entrepreneurs to love business more by doing less.
Okay.
Well, I'd be signing up for that. Yeah. And here's the thing, these are just ideas, so you can play around with this a little bit more, but I think we're off to a good, this is going to speak to people more. Oh, well, that's interesting. Versus, transforming uncertainty and overwhelm into confidence and clarity. It's a lot of good buzzwords in there, but they just kind of get lost. And so you have to bottom line it and think, what is it that these ladies, what do they want? What is it by the time it's all said and done? What would be awesome for them? Yeah, I would love business more if I had to do less.
Okay.
And don't worry about capturing the, all of those other buzzwords, because when we get down to your the highlighted speaking topic, you can refer to that. So you don't have to have all the words everywhere in every single spot. Okay.
Thank you.
Good. All right. So Rachel, you've got,
So the tagline of my own personal thought line is you have to get out of the boat to walk on water, but I know that doesn't fit what the speaker page looks like. So I was trying a couple others, using theater to keep out the drama, but that doesn't talk about overcoming fear in the bio. So I thought overcoming through the power of drama, and that's just kind of where I'm looking.
well, I like this, overcoming fear through the power of drama. I know that this is your tagline in terms of your website. Trying to think of how we could turn this into something. How to get out of the boat. Well, see, to me, that's more of a speaking topic.
Okay.
Like how to get out of the boat and walk on water. Christians are going to understand that. Non-Christians aren't. You might have to say like Jesus did. Or
Well, mine focuses more on Peter, but yeah.
Peter, excuse me, Peter. Big difference there. And then still your non-Christians might say, who's Peter?
That's what I was gonna say. It was like everybody will know who Jesus is.
Using, let's see, using theater to overcome fear. Using theater and drama.
See, drama has such a connotation to it. I sometimes am hesitant to use it. I mean,
well, I think theater covers it all.
Yeah.
Using theater to overcome Using theater to overcome the fears of everyday life. That could be the fears of something. I think there's got to be, the fear of,
What about everyday struggles? Is that too long?
I think that I'd love to hear from the group. What do you all think about this? Does that resonate with you? And we want the real feedback here.
Seriously.
Like I've been talking the most. I liked it more when it was just that overcome fear, but I don't know if that's maybe that just wasn't enough. I don't know.
What about overcome the power of fear?
Yeah,
I liked fear better.
I like that.
yeah, this one feels better because when it's just fear, you could say fear of what? Spiders, snakes? What is that? That's what I think of but really what you're talking about is, the power of fear can cause you to shut down, to go radio silent, not communicate with people. Okay, so good tagline.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome. Okay. So let's just take a moment here for those of you that you've got Canva. Rachel, I just plugged in.
That's cool.
Yeah, I plugged this in, but you can do it on your own. See if you can just plug in your summary about yourself into the template.
I can find what tab I have open.
I just want to give you a chance to do this, and if you have any questions about it.
How did you take out the background again?
So background can be, you go to photos over here,
Photos. Okay.
and let's see here. So like if you pick, you can drag it over.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
And in terms of, all you have to do is copy and paste directly from your Google Doc. That's exactly what I did for Rachel. I just came in here and copied this over, clicked on this, highlighted everything that I wanted to remove, paste it in there. You may have to do some adjustments. If you typed a lot, you may have to narrow it down a little bit, but these little bars right here, you can adjust this. And scooting it over. Okay. Quick check-in. Why do you think it's valuable to do this? Crystal, what do you think?
Well, it helps you map out your thoughts. Sorry. I've been just sitting here, instead of doing it on myself, I've been sitting here doing it on Charity House.
Yeah.
I just kind of plugged it and I'm mapping it out how I can talk about them. So it helps me to I'm going to be able to now make a short bio for Charity House. I'm going to be able to make a long presentation by using this template. And it's it'll give me, and I can rehearse it and that way when I'm out there speaking to people on a, oh, I didn't expect to even be speaking, but this gives me that ideal and that plan, and I
Mhm.
can sit here and rehearse it and use it. So I think it's awesome. It's awesome.
Good. Anybody else have any thoughts? What's the value of doing this?
Yes, ma'am. I love this. I love this. It helps you to communicate in clear, concise confidence what you're doing in it. Whether you got to do it in 5 seconds or you have 5 hours to talk about it. You are the elevator pitch all the way up to the conference speech. They know who you are, what you're doing, what you're saying, and why. And you can't do it enough. I mean, I think you're perfecting and mastering you
Mhm.
and what you bring to the table, what you bring, your giftings, your talents. So I think this is just awesome. I know I haven't been talking, I've been listening. And I hate that I missed last week, but anyway, I'm gonna catch up and I'm gonna get there. But I love this.
Yeah. All right, so only 3 minutes left, but I want to challenge you to, we'll spend a little bit more time next week on hashing some of this out, because you're going to want to spend some time with a highlighted speaking topic. And remember, when you're sending a speaker bio, they want it short and sweet and concise, but it pops. All right. So they want to know, all of the awesome highlights that you have about your talk. Last week, you got a really good worksheet. It's attached to, I believe it's attached to that calendar invite, but it's also in the library. But you've got some really good examples here. I added, you can even take a look at a couple of topics that I speak on. So for example, executive presence, that's what I usually get asked to come and speak about, is executive presence. So this is just a short paragraph. Executive presence is ruling business decisions based on her best-selling book, From Invisible to Incredible, blah, blah, blah. Angie discusses true executive presence as an inside-out job, not the typical suit and smiles. In this interactive keynote, she also discusses the 4 obstacles that keep people from influencing effectively and how to overcome personal barriers, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so with this particular, I'm targeting conferences. So they are going to want to know, okay, what's she going to talk, what's a high level outline? And so you'll want to think in terms of that. I know for us, every detail is important. You don't want to give them the whole keynote in this. So I'm going to challenge you to write a paragraph about your signature talk. What is your signature talk? What are you calling it? And in a paragraph or less, what is it about? What are the key takeaways? And I usually say, identify 3 key takeaways, because that number it's a number that they'll remember.
So does it help to actually write the talk before you write the highlight?
Either way is fine. I mean, for me, I have done it the opposite way, where I've created an outline and then I add the meat afterwards. But some people you may be wired differently, and you may write it out and then say, okay, let me pull out the highlights of that. So you can absolutely do that. Okay, so I'm going to challenge you to try to work on that, and also some other topics that you can speak on. So be thinking about, what audience, what areas of expertise could you talk on? And if you get a chance in between now and next week, see if you can get a testimonial from someone who has worked with you, or they've heard you speak. Maybe somebody sat in your audience and they heard you. Tiffany, I know you asked me for a testimonial. I have not gotten to it yet.
No worries. I was gonna segue into it because I always ask.
Yes, I will give you a testimonial.
I appreciate that. I do have another small request. I was gonna ask you, and I can send it via email if that's easier. I would like to change the email that's on the calendar invites because I use that only for speaking. And
Mhm.
so that's how I'm able to see if I got different gigs I pitched and things like that.
Yeah. Well, just know that when that email shows up in our invite, everybody's seeing that.
Mhm.
They know that Tiffany speaks.
Yeah, no, I know. It's just how I keep it on my
Yeah.
back end. Everything's separate. So should I just email over to you guys the one I would like you to use? Okay, I can do that. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, ladies, that is all we have for today. I want you to have fun with your template and plug things in. Start playing around with it, adding words, filling it out, changing out the colors to fit you best. And we'll come back and we'll do the second half of this session next Wednesday. All right, everybody. Hope you have a great day.